Peace. The Think Fast. Matter of fact, this is the first ever part 2 Think Fast video. This is history. This is her story. This is the story. We're just gonna speak again to where I left off. Just speaking to, I was speaking on stepping out of like the dual mind, but I was more so speaking to how like it creates a certain level of indecisiveness, and you know it and just separation within our being in general. You know, when we, in essence, that's how the shadow self is created, by feeling like, oh, that's good and that's bad. You know, hot water is good, but cold water is bad, or cold water is good, hot water is bad. You know, of course they have things that are, again, unbeneficial and beneficial for us. You know, some things that may be healthy or unhealthy, but it's all a part of the experience. You know, because matter of fact, the growth really comes, again, whenever we do make mistakes or quote unquote mess up or have failures. You know, that's how we know how to, you know, how to do it the next time. You know what I'm saying? And how to really realize, like, all right, that wasn't really what I wanted. You know, that wasn't the outcome I was really looking for. So now I know not to do that again. You know what I'm saying? Now I know not to take my money for my mortgage and go gamble it all on the roulette table. You know, because I was asked out after I done that, so I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn a valuable lesson. You know, you got all these people that done, you know, went through certain things. You know, all the entrepreneurs done went through phase. You know, the pursuit of happiness. You know, I forgot the brother's name in real life, because it's based on a true story. But you know, going through those ups and downs until, you know, you get to that place, you know, of you know, that quote unquote destination or destiny, which again, it ain't no, you know, stopping. We constantly growing, but you know, constantly you know, reaching our destinations in essence. You know, but just again, like stepping out of that place of that dual mind of then. And if you go look up, I think I got a video where it's like you know, there's no such thing as them. You know, it's only us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, some people got that vibe of all, you know, and that, like, oh no, that's that old mancy pantsy, you know, we all one bush. Like, that's not no bullshit. We are interconnected. Yes, we still have an individuality within our being, a unique soul spark, but while operating with our uniqueness, we realizing that everything's interconnected, and we're, you know, in a thick vibration or lower vibration of the 3D realm whenever we feel like, oh, it's them. You know, and two, like that pointing the finger vibe of, oh, they don't get it. Oh man, those people who do sidereal astrology, they don't get it. Matter of fact, I got to do a bit. I'm still doing some research to really get to that little essence. But you know, the people who do Western astrology, they don't get it, or you know, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you not getting it in that moment. And as I'm saying that, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, clown you, because, you know, there's areas that I'm growing in myself. So that's why I had to, you know, retract from that, you know, that vibe of looking at, oh, these people, you know, the sheeple, and they don't get it, this and that, you know what I'm saying? What do I get out of pointing the finger at somebody else but lowering my vibration and forgetting that everything is interconnected? You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever I step into that dual mind and I'm stepping out of my, it's almost like giving up your, you know, your inheritance of you know, divine connection. You know, like you basically like throwing in a trash can, you know, and uptaking this thick 3D lower vibrational mind. You know, of course, yes, I am in the physical body. You know what I'm saying? Within this quote unquote realm, hold on, let me make sure. Seems like something on my screen. Within this quote unquote 3D realm, yeah, this is a quote unquote, you know, physical 3D realm, at least for the meantime. But you know, it's not about us occupying a 3D consciousness. You know what I'm saying? you could have a 5, raise your consciousness to a higher dimension and still be in a 3D body, you know what I'm saying? Again, realizing that they're, like hot and cold, or cold water bad, or hot water bad. It's like, we're missing the point whenever we're in that mind frame, And again, I understand, because we've been taught, that's that little, how I say, that little curveball that, the new age movement and other things, have thrown our way of, like, oh, yeah, you got to be against the government, and again, oh, those people who litter all the time, they don't get it, and when we get in that mode too, not realizing that if you look around, like, as you point the finger at somebody else for not getting it in some area, there's an area that you're not getting it in. Even with the fact of, as you point the finger saying they're not getting it, you're not getting the shift to the 5 dimension when you point out that somebody else don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So even within that statement, you proving, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is too, the old school statement is simple and easy to get. While you worrying about sweeping somebody else's porch, you worrying about somebody else's porch being dirty and trying to tell them to sweep their porch, or trying to sweep their porch, for every leaf or every little speck of dirt that you pointing out on their porch or worrying about sweeping up, there's a leaf or a dust molecule accumulating on your porch as you're neglecting your porch too. Like, cause in a literal analogy, the temple, the porch to the temple, you know what I'm saying? You worried about, oh, look at them, how they not doing this, and they need to be paying attention to this. Now, of course, we want to raise the vibration, or what, just like I'm speaking on things now, like, speaking on, like, hey, it would be beneficial for us to, look at things in this realm of reality, because this is, what it is or whatever. But, whenever we get to a place of, like, pointing the finger as if we not growing too, as a matter of fact, I'll stop if you could show me a person on this realm that just has it, like, there's no room for growth in there being, like, matter of fact, dude, like, if y'all could put a comment on this video and point me to the person that that has no more work to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just done forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. They done working on themselves. Show me that being, And again, not to be like, oh, again, I'm growing myself. I'm just saying, But, stepping out of that dual mind and that pointing the finger here, or this, that person, these people don't get it, those people don't get it, when it may be us that don't get it by trying to say that somebody else don't get it, So we just want to be aware of that, because, I know too, with areas of growth, like, also just in general, doing our shadow work and realizing areas where, we have been looking at certain activities as bad, again, like what I spoke about, the undecisiveness vibes, it's like, being indecisive because, oh man, that might be bad, or that might be, I don't know, I don't want to spend too much money, I don't, it's like, just go. As a matter of fact, and also again, we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna, and I see for myself, like, that perfectionist vibe of, like, trying to do everything perfect, and that also comes to a certain extent with a comparison, like comparing yourself, on a subconscious level to others, and that's, again, like, if you doing your own inner work and you doing what you gotta do, the rest gonna fall in place. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean we're not taking action. As we align with ourselves and do our inner work, then our actions is gonna line up with, cleaning up those certain areas that when we in that 3D dual mind of, like, oh, they don't get it, or this needs to be, well, if you realize to stop pointing the finger, and, or if you do point the finger, be like, what I need to do, it'll switch things up. But just being aware of, stepping out of that, like, right now it's becoming important to realize, like if we in that they don't get it realm, and again, that doesn't mean that we don't get passionate about helping, the situation, but there's a difference between passion and being lost in a dual mind, being lost in a dual way of looking at things, you know. And again, it's not that, and it's also not that viable, like, oh yeah, we're all one in the essence of, forget about your individuality, let's all walk around and act the same. And it's not, again, it's not that vibe. It's just realizing that everything is interconnected, everything is one. Yes, we still have a individual expression of our soul, our unique soul signature, but still everything is interconnected. Point blank, period. And when you're not getting that, and you looking at, oh, this and that and that, and your heart starts to get heavier and heavier, and then when you go for the weigh-in, like a boxing match, you know what I'm saying, with the scales of my, your heart weighing heavier than that feather because you was worried about doo-doo-doo and not realizing, and again, like, as I'm clowning and joking about it, I understand, like, again, we slip up on our growth. Sometimes it happens, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing too, to not feel guilty or mad at ourselves, or, just like, laugh it off and be like, all right, yeah, I do need to stop, like, and just realizing, looking within and seeing what areas you still got that vibe of is them, because even when I speak on the, the government myself, or like having awareness of certain things, matter of fact, that's why my videos be long. Or somebody asked me too recently about my videos being long. It's to fully explain these concepts, you know what I'm saying? Like, where if I was to just do a video like, oh yeah, be aware of this aspect of the government or this and that, then somebody be like, oh man, that's a dualistic way of thinking, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm raising awareness. I ain't telling you to look at that thing as like, oh man, that we gotta attack that or this and that, you know what I'm saying? We do the inner work, then the external actions are gonna, transmute or extinguish that energy. I don't mean extinguish as in eliminate, transmute, extinguish for lack of a better word, but that's basically peace. Happy now. Now is that vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.